Welcome to the nominating convention for the 8th Assembly District Office of State Representative. I'm Matt O'Brien, and I will serve as the temporary chair for this evening's convention. I will now open the convention up for nominations for the office of State Representatives. Are there any nominations?
Yes, this is Stephen Everett, and I nominate Tim Ackert for State Representative for the 8th District.
I'll second the motion. And you have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure the name of Tim Ackert needs 2 minutes to return to office to do what is just and not yet complete for the people of the 8th District. He is an absolute stalwart in the fight to bring justice, equality, and representation to the people of not only the 8th District, but Eastern Connecticut, when often we find ourselves lacking true representation from others in Hartford. As a first selectman of Columbia, it is rare that I need to call Tim Ackert for any advice because he is always predetermined and prepared to provide any information that would help the governing of my town before I need any information. I will tell you, I am a proponent of term limits, but all I have to do is remember that Tim Ackert represents me and my town, and that fight is over. It is my great honor to ask the voters of the 8th District to please return Tim Ackert as our state representative to Hartford in November.
It's my honor to second Mr. Ackert's nomination tonight. I have been so proud to be a vocal supporter for a number of years. Mr. Ackert is what I call a model state representative. He serves all of his constituents, whether they are Republicans, Democrats, independents, or have no affiliation. Whenever a bill is brought up, he reviews it and asks himself, does this legislation make the lives of my constituents better or worse? How will it affect the cost of living? How will it affect our rights as citizens? Does it strengthen education or add red tape and bureaucracy between students and learning? I have conversations with Republicans all over the state, and when I'm asked, hey, who's your state rep up there? I braggingly tell them it's Tim Ackert. The reply I get back most often is, wow, you're lucky. I wish we had a guy like him. Tim has done an excellent job representing our towns, and we are so lucky to have a voice, our voice, represented in Hartford. I've never seen another rep work as hard as he does, putting in so many hours of service, tirelessly working every day to make our lives better. Our concerns are always heard and answers are always given. He consistently goes way above and beyond the call of duty in all that he does. As a small business owner, Tim understands the things government can do to make it more difficult to make a living in this state, and he always knows what it should do to get out of our way. Tim Ackert is the advocate for the student, the parent, the small business owner, the worker, and the veteran. He has built strong relationships with his constituents over the years, and it's those relationships and honor and trust that keep the 8th District sending him back term after term. We know for a fact that he'll do an even better job when we elect him again this November. It's time to send Tim Ackert back to Hartford. Last call for nominations. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations for the office of State Representative are now closed. We will cast one ballot for Tim Ackert to be the Republican nominee for the 8th Assembly District.
Okay, so there was 10 yeses, 10 votes available.
All right. The vote is unanimous. Tim Ackert is the Republican nominee for the 8th Assembly District. I'll turn the floor over now to the endorsed candidate.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you all for being here tonight and taking time out of your busy lives to participate in this. Stephen Everett asked me earlier today how long I've been doing this. And I think back to 2006, when at a Coventry RTC meeting, they were looking for a candidate to run for office. And at that time, go against then sitting Joan Lewis. And I said I would do it. Not really being a politician at the time, said I'm going to step up because I think the state of Connecticut and our district It needs people that are put in a mindset where they're not thinking about, and I look at the government that we've had and the big government that we've had and the regulations in Connecticut has held people back. At the time, the education system could have used some improvement. There's still work ahead. And when I got my lesson taught in that election and lost decisively, but I said, you know what? That flavor of serving the people was something that I really wanted to do. And that's what it is. And Matthew, I thank you for your kind words, and Stephen, your kind words. But serving the people is what I desire to do. When people ask, why do I do this? There's a need in me to help others, period. And now, look at what we're doing here tonight in these changing times that we've had. And we have essentially going to need to fix what we've done in these last 2.5 months. We're going to need to unravel the damage that has been done to small businesses and business alike and families. And I look forward to that charge given the opportunity after this election. But we'll be working all summer on it. We will be. People go, oh, you're not in office right now. It's just we are. Every day I'm dealing with a lot of Department of Labor and many, many other issues. And I look forward to that communication. And I look forward to helping people. And that's what really I'm after, what I'm looking forward to doing again. There is more to do. Someone had mentioned that, they didn't complete what they wanted to do when they were in office, and that's why they're running again. Governance never ends. It continues. You still have to govern. We can start to, reduce some regulations, though. We can start to keeping people's money in their pocket and small businesses being able to thrive in this state. We continue to add mandates. Over the last many years, what I've been doing primarily is fighting against the additional regulations on small and large businesses so that they can make their way. Families the same way, trying to help reduce property taxes in the communities by stop mandating more and more unfunded mandates that the state dumps on our communities. I'll continue to fight for those. And then, probably the biggest, accomplishment that we've been able to do this year I've been happy to say with my leadership is get the crumbling foundations and people back into whole homes. Yes, it's costly. Yes, we need federal support to really get the job done. But it's helping make people's lives and their communities whole again by having that tax dollars go back into your communities. So I truly look forward to this November and serving again. Stephen mentioned about term limits. Well, I'm kind of thinking that hopefully somebody will appear after the next session there and want to step up and think about being the state rep. But right now, I'm truly honored and blessed to have this opportunity, and I thank you all again. Have a good night, and God bless.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
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 It is adjourned. Thank you.